As far as our tiny home goes, and the cabin. We were gonna do the cabin before. Man, I'm getting blown up this morning. I'm glad I didn't answer that phone call. That would have been a lengthy phone call. Golly. Party barn. We did not have the tiny home. I feel like this is gonna be a theme of this video, was a subcontractor and the phone call. And we love it out here. Ashley, I'm sorry on those. I mean, they're not supporting or anything. This is the day of the phone calls.
Make me work, make me sweat inside, make me feel like I'm alive. Take this hurt, lady, throw it in my face. Don't let these bones slow you down. 'Cause I'm coming on strong. Grass should have looked greener. I need a true believer in disguise.
So here we are at the 17 acres. We are at our cabin property. We've done a few episodes on this whole place, and then we have our party barn, which we just did an episode on. These are some properties we've had for a while, and I've been wanting to do some episodes for a while, but we've just been so busy that we have so much content on other projects. I've been wanting to do the cabin for a while, but we do have it on Airbnb, and so it stays booked pretty consistently. So the last few times that we may have had an opportunity to come in and do some footage, we had guests here. During the week, we're normally a little bit slower. Let's step up here and check out the deck. So as we come this way, this is our cabin. It is 20 foot wide by 32 foot long. So it's a 640 square foot unit. It's not quite a tiny home, but it is a smaller, tinier space compared to your normal residential homes. We do have a loft up top. That's about 200 square foot. You can stand up in part of it, but because of the way this roof is a single slope, it drops down to this 12-foot wall. This is a 12-foot deck that wraps all the way around the whole unit. I've done the math before, but I think it's like over 2,000 square foot of decking. So our decking is 3 times bigger than our living square footage. And as everything goes with us, this is something that kind of got out of hand with, we were just going to do like a front porch and a little side porch and a back porch. And actually it was just gonna be a front porch with the back porch. Like, well, we need a side porch to get around. Like, if we're doing a side porch on this side, we need a side porch on that side. So again, like everything goes, it just kind of got out of hand, and we ended up doing a whole wraparound deck that goes around the whole unit. Check out these views. We call this the cabin with the OK view, being Oklahoma. That's Oklahoma you're looking at. We got the river down below us. You can't see the river, but it's down below. So this pond right here, it is actually still filling up right now. We've had a weird year of rain. It's been semi-consistent, but we haven't just had a lot of rain this fall and winter. And I say that compared to last year and the year before, because we had just a ton of rain, and we had so much rain that it washed out the spillway in this pond. And so the level of the pond was probably about 5-6 foot lower than what it should have been. And so we had someone come out this July, and they spent a few weeks. They got the spillway fixed. They did some other dirt work issues, erosion issues we had. We are now just waiting for some big rains to fill it up. It seems crazy, but if we got like 1 or 2 just pretty big rains, it'd probably fill up. It's just we get rains and the ground's so dry, the dirt soaks up most of the rain, and then we get an inch or 2, and we need some big 3-4 inch rains, and I think we get this sucker full. So what you see now, it's actually gonna look a lot more beautiful once it's all filled up, and a lot more of the land below will flood. And so it should end up being about a 4-acre pond. I'm imagining next summer we should be able to enjoy it. So let's go ahead and step inside. Hello, hello, housekeeping. This is the first structure we built on this property. We did not have the party barn. The tiny home was not here. The party barn was not here. It was just raw land, and it was super, super grown up. I know a lot of you guys have seen some of our videos from the 40 acres. It's very similar to that. And as you look at the drone footage out here, you can see where we've kept all our hardwood, all our real pretty big trees, and we just took out all the underbrush. That's kind of the goal and the theory that we have for the 40 acres. But just imagine this place just being completely grown up. Like this whole hillside down below where the pond was at was a creek that had all this overgrowth, and it's really kind of a mess. Like the land was hard to maintain. You couldn't just brush hog it because the terrain was so rough. There's so much erosion over the years. And so we spent the first 6 months to a year just kind of getting the land all cleared up, getting the pond started. We didn't get a loan or anything on this. We just kind of paid for it as we went. And that was the main reason it took us as long as it did. We were super hands-on as a real estate investor slash builder. I work with a lot of subcontractors. With this being kind of our primary, not our primary, but our secondary home, weekend house, I wanted to be super involved with the construction side of it. So I was swinging a hammer quite a bit. I mean, I was very involved with the framing side of it. I mean, we built the whole deck, all the roof coverings you see, we did that, we did the metal roof. All the trim work, you see like the ladder and the sliding doors and all the trim and everything. We did all this ourselves. When I say we, meaning me and my father and some of our other hourly guys, we were here. We did some cool stuff like this. It's just a little mantle storage space. I mean, we are in a smaller square footage structure, so I wanted to try to take advantage of stuff like this. Got our DVD player here, DVDs here, and just all our cable internet stuff. So this project probably took us 9-10 months because we were paying for it as we went along, and we were super hands-on with the construction side of it. Now, there were things we subbed out. We subbed out the electrician, had a licensed electrician come in. Spray foam was a subcontractor, sheetrock. So again, like I said before, we've done a lot of the work ourselves in here. We're 640 square foot. Something that is pretty important to Ashley and I in the way we design our kitchens are, I hate when the cabinets stop a little short of the ceiling. To me, it just looks way more custom when it goes all the way up to the ceiling. I get it, that's not as usable of a space because it's hard to get to. You can see where we had a sliding ladder before, but because it is such a small space, we found ourselves just being in the way all the time. And so we kind of switched up the kitchen and put a lot of the stuff we don't use as much up top, or more of the decoration stuff up top. We did these faux beams up top on the ceiling. Those are just, I think we did like 2x10s. This is the ladder we made. We got 3 twin beds up there. That's where our kids stay, or we try to make them stay up there. They normally crash on the couch or here in the bed with us. We got the bedroom in here. Got a queen size bed, which for Airbnb, this is what we qualify as 2 sleeping spots. Got a closet over here. Got a washer and dryer. Got a TV. We've got a bathroom. Tub, toilet, sink. Even though this is 640 square foot, we do have a full-size kitchen. We do have a full-size bathroom. We actually have a 24-inch stove, and we have an 18-inch dishwasher. Standard widths on that is 30 and 24, but with the space we were working with, we were just kind of running out of space to put in a full-size dishwasher and put in a full-size stove. Dishwasher wasn't necessary, but we had a small enough space where we could make it work, and it is convenient. The original goal of why we built this place was it was going to be our weekend house. It was our secondary home, and so we were super excited to get in here, and we found ourselves coming out here like every single weekend. We were having like 3-day weekends. We loved it out here. I mean, it was beautiful. Get away. There's always stuff to be done around the property, always working on it. So it was really fun. So we got to a point to where we weren't coming out every single weekend. We had a lot of people telling us like, hey, you need to do Airbnb. This was before we knew what Airbnb was. We had stayed at some Airbnb spaces, but between my wife and I, we were a little nervous opening it up to the public, and we didn't know how much money we were gonna make. We didn't know the success that could be had with Airbnb. And so we just kind of drug our feet, and the place would sit vacant for a couple of weeks. We would have friends and family come here if they decide they wanted to come enjoy it. We found it being a pretty big expense between keeping the property maintained, and during the summer we finish mow with a 0-turn mower. We finish mow a large percentage of the property. We weed eat, weed kill, put out stuff for snakes. I mean, it's just so much stuff that we do that was just a lot of expense between that, insurance, property taxes was going up. And so we thought, okay, we need to cash flow it so it'll kind of pay for itself. That's when we decided to put up on Airbnb. We started out, I think we were like mid 100s per night on our weekends, which again, I always tell you guys this, we call our Thursday, Friday, Saturday night. Got to a point to where we jumped it up to 195 and we were pretty much booked every single weekend. And so this spring of 2020, which seems weird with everything that's gone on this year, we decided to go ahead and jack it up to 295. And we've pretty much have been booked nonstop on the weekends. The weekdays, especially at $300, is a little steep. And so a lot of the time, if it's, I tell you guys this all the time, but if it's the week of and we're not booked, I'll drop the rates down to 100, 150 bucks for a weekday night. And so we started that a little over a year and a half ago now. And that's what introduced us to Airbnb. Now you guys see me and hear me talking about Airbnb all the time. Well, this is the property that kind of introduced us and saw the potential success of Airbnb, and we've been very happy with it. And we've kind of rinsed and repeated that process, and we've created some other Airbnb properties as you guys have seen in our other videos. So with all that being said, this is still we call this our weekend house, but we just don't get to come out here as often. We find ourselves coming out here during the week when it's maybe not booked, but we still enjoy it quite a bit. We love being out here. We actually just had a wedding here this past weekend, so we were invited to that wedding. We got to come out Sunday, enjoy the property. Guys, this is our cabin. This is our first Airbnb project. Didn't start out as an Airbnb, started out as our place, but it transitioned to Airbnb, and we've been very happy with that. If you guys are enjoying this video, I ask that you hit the like button. And if you've not subscribed, please subscribe. And until next time, peace. Okay, let's call some people back. Jeez.